Okay, and so we're back. Last night's reading was about fear and weaving how language has tiled over the actual reality of our lives with words. How a cage has been created for our spiritual aspirations. But more than just being a cage, this is a safe place where our actual soul is unaffected by what really happens. This is a safe place to embody our spiritual ambitions, our highest principles can be tested out, tried to see if their magic works in the space of, in the field of space and time. With that information, even though we're afraid, there's something here to be gained in the danger. The knowledge of whether our highest principles work or not. Whether or not they are true under the constricted and limited conditions of time and space. It's a good reason, it's one reason why we may be here. To find out if we can get any traction for our dreams in this contracted space. Are we still magical? Do our dreams still matter? It's a very dark time for humanity. Multiple wars are being advanced against the will of the people. And entire nations, entire genealogies, entire bloodlines are being extinguished for a purpose we don't know yet, collectively. But we sense. We sense that there's something behind the othering, something behind the racism, something behind the social Darwinism that we would never agree to if we were conscious of it. There is a deception here. There's a deception at work. And we're trying to understand what it is that's containing our energies beyond the containment that we've consented to. Now, if the deception is just a part of what we've consented to, then this whole thing is like a school test. Like the simulation in Star Trek, at the Star Trek Academy, the Kobayashi Maru, where you're faced with an unwinnable situation in order to find out who you are. But I think this goes beyond who we are. I think this is now the field of what can we do. And we have to change our beliefs in order to know what we're fully capable of. The People's Oracle has said it time and time again that that is what this eclipse season is all about, changing our beliefs. It takes a lot of internal power to be able to do that. Let's find out if we have it. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha, Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha, Om Aim Saraswatiye Namaha, Om, Om, Om. The signifier in this Celtic cross who we are collectively in this moment, we're weaving that web. But this is a healing web. This is a web, I feel, of connectedness, of connection to spirit, of connection to our highest aspirations. We're trying to weave that in to this field of test. We're trying to bring forth the highest that is within us. And to do so, we have to know the lowest that we can embody. We have to feel our humility very deeply before we can feel the heights of our aspiration. And here we are in the middle of the reading, weaving this web to find out what it's about. Our obstacle is transformation. This is a 9 card. This one's a 7, right? And this one's a 9. A more final process is coming to a culmination. And as we've said before many times with this card, we're in the caterpillar soup. The caterpillar is entirely dissolved in the chrysalis of becoming. Nothing remains of what we were when we become what we will be. And the Kali Yuga, the difficulty of inversion, where everything is its opposite. Medicine destroys health. Law destroys justice. Government destroys order and brings chaos. That's the moment where we are. But it doesn't change spirit. It doesn't touch our souls. And the transformation may be an obstacle to seeing what we are creating, but it doesn't change the creation. It doesn't change who we are, even though we are transformed in it. This is founded in grace. I really felt that when I came into this reading. I am Saraswati Namaha, by the way. That this is a playground for spiritual beings. We get to do our sums here, try our tricks here, and ultimately we can tear the pages if we want to. But there may be a higher use for everything that's going on. There may be a sort of purification that comes through this testing time. We are crowned with joy. This one keeps coming up for us. Don't forget to play. I'm forgetting that right now. I need to remind myself. Don't forget to embody joy for others, people that you love. Don't forget to create love. Don't forget how important joy and happiness are to our process. This is easy to forget, right? There's tons of despair going on. But the fact that you still have the capacity for joy means that life, biological life, is still thriving on planet Earth, and it's thriving in you. There's still love in the world if it's in your heart. What a beautiful card to be crowned by. We are moving away from ego. It just keeps coming up, doesn't it? It's a very hard, but this is also a healing number, right? This is a healing card. The fear body is being purified and making decisions from fear, making decisions from loss, making decisions that we only hope will keep us safe to, eat another day, is what we're leaving behind. What we're moving toward is a different way of fear. A new fear. Oh my, that's something, isn't it? Not so much a fear about me and my body and my particular interests, but the kind of fear that calls out for help. The kind of fear that brings us all together. The kind of fear that unifies is what I'm feeling off this card. It's that purging idea, isn't it? It's kind of like we have to go through an ordeal in this playground that we created for transformation of our joy. We are cooperating with grace in order to expand our field of concern and care. And the only positive use of fear I can think of is the one that makes us fear for another person, the one that makes us feel protective toward children and animals and people we love. May that be the sort of fear that we're headed toward as we move away from the smallest fear of, like I said in the blog, the cover your own ass fear, the taking care of only yourself and the people in your patriotic group. There is more to fear here. I mean, this is cosmic, right? This is very personal. This is a very personal fear, this egoic, my people, my tribe, my way needs to be preserved. And then this is the lives of all beings on the planet. And I think as we've moved into this water era that has come with this eclipse, the great difficulty that we're seeing all over the world. I know we're very aware of the flooding in the United States that remains from a hurricane that happened in Tennessee and Ohio. I mean, we need to come into a larger awareness, and it will feel fearful. We are weaving this transformation through grace and joy for ourselves to become larger, to become more. And from what I'm reading here, it looks like more caring. Now, who we are in the present moment, Spirit, that's helpful. Thank you. This is the highest card. We don't build the nest in a swamp. We're not doing this just for the pain. Thank you. We're doing this to see how high we can reach in a limited condition, in time and space and form. We have to push the boundaries of time, space, and form in order to come back into oneness, in order to come back to our wholeness. But it needs to be reiterated time and time again, no matter what we face here in the realm of our own construction through grace and joy, through our own transformation of ego into a larger form of caring, we cannot be, essential nature cannot be harmed here. It is above it. And that is who we are. All around us is the giveaway. Ooh, some egos are not going to like that, right? What can you give? This is a potlatch ceremony, right? You show how much you have by how much you can give away. These two animals once competed to be the symbol of America. I think they're better combined. I think they are better combined. I think the spirit of giving, I think the soul and the heart of generosity is what emerges from an existential fear, not a personal fear. So we move from personal fear to an understanding of what's at stake for our planet. And all around us, we are being given the tools to do this. Nature's economy, right? You put one seed in the ground and you get 1,000 back. That's how we should treat each other, in my opinion. I hope we get the chance to walk that talk, no matter how difficult it may be. I hope we get the chance to give instead of take. We hope and fear manna, a breath. Oh, the breath of fresh air, a new way of breathing, a new way of becoming. Manna and grace in one reading they're beautiful together, but it's an earthly beauty that we're walking through, and it's not easy. Beauty moves in both directions, right? It grows through youth into aging. It grows from blossom to decay. And there's beauty in all of it, depending on what we value. I think this also has something to do ecologically with the air, because water affects the air so much, and we have a lot of stagnant water in many places across the globe right now. So while we hope for a new way of breathing, while we hope for a new breath of fresh air, we also have to be careful and need to scrutinize what's in our cocoon in order to make our environment healthy for our earthly bodies. Outcome card. This is a tough one, you guys. This is a tough reading. Weasel. So weasel is stealth and was the one animal that the indigenous people of North America trusted to go spy on the white camps and find out what kind of medicine they were bringing to North America when they came here in their boats. And Weasel returned to the native people and tearfully told them about guns. Tearfully told them about the darkness at the heart of the men who came into their giving cultures and wanted to take. Look, I don't think it's a surprise to anybody that we're going to have to face some difficult truths in the coming days. The next 6 months will probably be full of them. But we have trustworthy messengers. We have people who can see. This is one of the energy cards that comes up a lot for me. And I don't know if you feel this way ever, but you know, I oftentimes have to say things that people don't like to hear in order to keep my commitment to the truth. And that's what this card is about. The highest outcome that we hope to achieve at this solar eclipse, annular solar eclipse, is to be able to tell our truths, even if we have to do it through tears. Remember, you can't be hurt here, right? This is a field of protection for the soul, but it is a playground where you get to try things out. Now, bottom of the deck, what's it all about? That dreaming. that we were talking about in the reading from last night. It's all about whether or not we can execute our highest spiritual, internal, grace-filled ideas of joy on this planet. We've done the other. We've done as much misery as can possibly get filled up on one planet. It's time. It's time to try for something new. I pray that we have the courage. I pray that we have the patience. I pray that we have the compassion and gentleness and forgiveness to be true to our dreams and to maintain fidelity to proper principles. Whatever those mean for you, they are right. Follow them. May you be empowered by your own proper principles. Thank you for your attention in this.